Hi everybody, welcome to another ETMN tutorial on creative apps for the iPad. I'm Victoria Olson and today we're going to be exploring Popplet. Popplet is basically a mind map app that allows us to make timelines or to map ideas. So today we're going to make a new Popplet together, exploring the phases of plant life. When I tap on make a new Popplet, I'm going to be prompted to name my Popplet, so I'm going to call it Plant Phases. I can pick a color for the general background of my Popplet, so I'm just going to choose, let's choose red today, and tap make it so to make it so. Now you'll see the background is that red color, but you can kind of mess around and change it by tapping on these colors. So maybe I like green because green is more planty. When I want to get started, I'm just going to explore what this little box allows us to do. I'm going to tap inside the box and there's going to be a whole bunch of options. So you're going to see little arrows come that allow us to expand the box. So if I drag them, I can expand them vertically and horizontally. I also see these little bubbles on the side. What this will do is this will allow us to make new boxes. And as you can see, I'm just going to zoom out a little bit. It helps to link those boxes together. So every time I tap on the middle box and I tap a new bubble, I can create a little mind map all together. Now, if I want to create a new box that's not attached to these, what I can do is double tap on the screen. When that happens, I'm going to have a new box that's not attached to the old boxes. So there's a lot of ways that you can use this app. If I want to get rid of the Popplet, I can just tap on it, press the X, and click Delete Popple. So each of these is actually called a Popple, and I can play with them. And every time I delete one, it's going to get rid of that connection. So today we're going to start with our two Popples that are, we're just going to make them vertically aligned here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap on one, and we're going to add a photo to one. Okay, so when I click the Add a Photo button, I'm just going to one more time show you. It's that very right-hand side button. I tap on that, and I'm going to open the photo library. Now, once again, you're going to be asked for permissions to do this, so I need to make sure that I have the appropriate permissions. And I'm going to select the first photo. Now, these are taken off an online source, so they are very pixelated. However, you could actually be taking real photos of plants growing in your classroom and things like that. So I'm going to click on Done, and I can again make that popple bigger, and I can move it. And then I can say in the next box that's attached to it, this time I'm going to add text. So to add text, I can add that T, and I'm going to make the text center aligned. So this box on the right-hand side is going to allow me to change the size of the font. So I'm going to say, first of all, that it's a seed. And you'll see it's kind of tiny, so I'm just going to make it a little bit larger. Okay, and really in this case, it doesn't matter how big you make the box, that text really doesn't change that much. So that's kind of irrelevant for us. Now, once again, to make a new Popple, we're going to double tap on the screen, and a new box is going to appear. In the same process, I'm going to open my library, go to my photos, get the second image, press Done, and I can resize to show the next part of the timeline. To make my new Popple that's attached to it, I press the button below, I can type the T for text, make it larger, and say the next stage. So here, the seed is sprouting, we have a sprout, and we can resize that box so it's relative to the last one. Okay, so obviously you can go through all of the stages of the plant, so I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so once we have all of the stages, a child would then, they can zoom in as far as they can, and they can actually export this image. So they want to try to get as much of the image in the page as possible, and they can click the export button to share their work. Now what you're going to see open is a PDF, a JPEG, or a Save a JPEG option. So I'm actually going to save the JPEG, and what that's going to do is it's going to save it to my photo library. I'm going to press OK, and then once I go home and then go to my photos, I should be able to see my final saved work from Popplet in my camera roll. I can then share that to my students' blog, to our classroom blog, or on a class social media account where I can make my learning visible about the life cycle of a plant. Thanks for watching this ETMN tutorial on Popplet. We will see you next time with another new app to explore for your classroom and creative apps for the iPad. Thanks for watching.